Release and Let Go, Part 3. The things that make me go, as pertains to my mother figure, who took me away from my biological mother, and portrayed herself to be mother of the century while treating her little baby like absolutely nothing. The gall and the nerve to want to continually come after me, someone who is not a child anymore, as I keep saying, someone who loves and has always loved the children. And because of having such a vicious, narcissistic mother figure, when I had my children, I told myself that I was going to be the best mom that I could be, and that I would pour in all the love that I had because of the sadness and disappointment that I went through growing up. And so, in a vicious cycle, taking me away from my mother, then you took, and you, I mean NRN, and you know your initials. Yes, talking to you directly. So in case you want to know, oh, is she talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. So like I said, in a vicious cycle, you took me away from my mother, and then you ended up taking my oldest two away from me, and are still trying to take my youngest away from me. Have the nerve and the gall to be mad that I'm a good mom and want to portray me to be a vicious, abusive, neglectful mother. How dare you? I forgive you for myself, but I will never forget what you've put me through. I was sitting here, well, actually, I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks. And so, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and release some of these feelings. But I was thinking about family pictures. Remembering how certain family members would go ahead and go take those family photos, but most of the time I was left out of them. I remember my graduation pictures from high school and the day that we went to the park and photos were taken for my graduation, but not only that, pictures were taken of the family, right? And I remember on one of the shoots where I was able to be in the family photo, and then being told by NRN, oh, go stand over there while just the four of us take a picture. You, daddy, and my so-called siblings, adopted siblings, and making me go stand off to the side while you took, the family picture that was original. So foul. I remember the day that I came over to visit, and you had all my pictures and all the stuff from my room, which is, has been and now currently your office where you've been doing your dirty deeds. I remember you having a whole bunch of stuff to give to me. Plates and pottery and cups that I had painted for you and given to you from the pottery classes that we would go to, as I mentioned in my earlier message. I remember taking some of that stuff, taking some of that memorabilia, and I remember storing it in my first children's father's house. And then being down in that stinky, moldy basement for a couple years. And then I remember returning to Elm Street, not East Elm in Parker, but Elm Street in Denver. And I remember wanting to go collect my belongings and going to the basement and none of my stuff was there anymore. And oh, I don't know how where it went. I don't know where it could have gone to. So said baby dad's family. I remember my ex before going to San Diego and wanting to go see what it was like out there. I remember putting all my children's baby photos, my baby photos, memorabilia from my childhood and memorabilia from their babyhood. And I remember putting it at the ex's cousin's house, the one that I went to San Diego with, putting it at her house in her storage. And then coming back to Denver after I finally became unstranded out there, coming back out there wanting to collect my children and my stuff. And oh, no answer at the door. I remember sending my older two father's children or children's father pictures of memories past of me and them and him and them and the fam Ellie and them. And y'all wanted me to send all those pictures for what? One, so you could AI manipulate them. Two, take them to court and act like you're such great parents and grandparents and family members. And oh, also because, you had the plot and the plan to take me out, unalive me. So you want to make sure, you got any remnants of photos from times past from me before y'all took me out. It's foul. I remember certain family members who would take my nephews to go take pictures or family pictures and they would leave me out. Just wanted to completely erase me. And I don't know what y'all have done with the photos. I know a lot of them went up on the altars and you buried some and did freezer jar spills and put some of them in your goat milk baths. Just foul. Sadistic. All of y'all. How dare y'all? But to NRN, who wants to be mad at me because I'm a good mom and I'm actually a teachable teacher and I've been able to see different things and travel to different places because why? Because y'all outcasted me. Gave me no other choice but to flee away from y'all karmic energies, y'all evil energies. You didn't want me to be in the fam illy, so I left. Correct? And as I keep saying, y'all still want to keep coming after me, even though you say you don't like me, you hate me, I'm a bad person, I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad citizen to society. But y'all are the ones that keep coming up after me. I'm thinking about memories past, being Cinderella at 3042 East Elm Avenue till the time that I moved out at 18, 19, I think. Remembering how NRN used to constantly being over my shoulder and yelling at me and telling me that nothing I ever do is ever good enough. To this day, sometimes when I'm washing the dishes or scrubbing a pot or a pan, I can hear NRN saying, "Keep scrubbing, put some elbow grease into it. I don't want to see any burnt spots." You know how hard it is to get burnt spots off of the oven or off of certain pots and pans. Sometimes it's hard. And I remember scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. And if I missed a spot, then I'm getting my ass tore up. And oh no, it's not just, a normal spanking. No. You have to go a step further and make me get in the shower and get my body wet. Get out the shower, you make me lay across the bed with my hands and my arms under my body. as I lay flat on my stomach. And you going to town on my ass with that little skinny belt. Welts everywhere. Can't even sit down the next day at school barely. I've talked about this before on my TikTok. Sometimes when I'm vacuuming, I can hear NRN saying, quit hitting up against the wall if I would accidentally bump up against it. Or if I left a little piece of lint on the floor, vacuumed everything else perfectly, but left one piece of lint on the floor, then it's whooping time. Sometimes when I hear your voice come across the back of my neck, I have to tell myself that you don't any longer have any control over me at all. And for some reason, you think you do and you don't. You never did. You've been trying to erase me since I was in my mother's womb. I remember being in my mother's womb. Remember the sounds and everything, the whooshes. And also hearing the Most High's voice warning me and alerting me that when I come out, it's not going to be an easy fight that I would have to battle, but that I was here for purpose. And all of y'all tried to completely erase me from existence, from having a memorable mention. Through all of y'all sins on me. Still want to bring up stuff that happened when I was in my early 20s. Like any of y'all are perfect. Like none of y'all had learning curveballs and days. And the stuff that y'all have done atrociously is way more egregiously deceptive and devilish than anything that I have ever done or could even come up with to think about doing to another individual, another innocent person. And like I also say, how would y'all deal and feel if the things that y'all are doing to me had been done to you? Oh, you're going to find out. Because everything that y'all have thrown at me, especially NRN, is coming right back to y'all. 1,000 times fold. And I'm so happy for y'all. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to pop my popcorn and continue to sip on my tea while the Most High deals with this whole situation that has been occurring for almost the last 40 years of my life. I haven't seen my older son since he was, almost 13? Yeah, at 13. And my daughter when she was, I want to say 8 or 9. I remember the last time that I seen them and they were physically in my arms. The one night that you did let them stay with me when I visited. And you my baby daddy number one. Oh yeah, you barely wanted to even let me have any time with them. I'm gonna try to start fighting, lunge up in my face because I just want to spend time with my children for the night. I remember them before you came to pick them up that afternoon. I remember them. They were tired. We had played ourselves out. They both fell asleep on my lap, one on one thigh and one on the other. And I remember sitting there knowing that time was coming to a halt as far as me being in their physical presence at that time. I remember crying, rubbing their heads. I took a picture. I have that picture to this day. Glad I didn't send that one to y'all. Makes me cry every time I look at it. Brainwashed my babies, making them think that I don't love them, that I just abandoned them. When y'all isolated me from them. All these years later, still dealing with that same pain of missing them. Every time I communicate to my son and tell him that we just have to have that faith of a mustard seed that God is going to work everything out how it's supposed to be worked out. And he says, I know, Mom, but I keep asking God, how long? And I have to tell him I keep asking God the same thing. But just to have that faith and to continue to know that we will see each other again. Being worried about my daughter every single day because of the actual abuse that I went through as a child. And so being worried that things might be happening to her behind the scenes. That y'all won't let her communicate to me if things were going on. Having to call my kids and letting them know, just give me a call back or a text back when you can, because I know they're around y'all. So they have to communicate to me when they can. And it's been a while since I've been able to communicate with them like I would love to. It's been almost a year since I've really been able to be on the phone with them and have a direct conversation with them. Sitting up there with D-Lo, him knowing that I've been missing my children, him being brainwashed by NRN and the rest of the illy, him thinking that I'm this, that, and the other, but at the same time knowing that I wasn't going to be seeing my children ever again, knowing that I wanted to come out there and see them. I wanted to do that last year, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that. And y'all have purposefully sent roadblocks in my way to keep me away from my babies. With my youngest Booski, I didn't want none of y'all to know I was even pregnant, because I know the dark magic that y'all were sending to me the first 2 pregnancies. And on top of that, let's not forget my 3rd pregnancy, which I named her Olivia. But yeah, that y'all took her out. Miscarriage at Denver Health. Got to the hospital, thought I had to go pee, and had the baby in the toilet. Oh, and then after that, didn't want to be with first baby daddy anymore, because of his toxic ways and his abrupt temper. And at that time, I was not happy in the relationship, and chose to move on. Right after I had that miscarriage, I walked myself home, all the way from the hospital, all the way home, because he didn't want to come get me. Right after that miscarriage, like I said, I left the relationship. And I remember standing right there on 6th Avenue and I-25 and holding a sign asking for spare change so I could pay the rent. Because baby daddy 1 didn't want to help out with anything because he's in his feelings because I don't want to be with him anymore. Wasn't working at the time. Had his own mama paying child support payments, so that he wouldn't be put on child support. Because one thing I had told him is I would never put him on child support, because I don't think that I just wouldn't have done that to him. Because I wanted to have equal rights, fair rights, as far as raising our children. You have your time with them, I have my time with them, and we stay separate and we go our separate ways. But no, that wasn't good enough. No. So you let NRN get in your head and you let her slowly but swiftly move my children away from me. Oh, and then baby daddy number two, NRN, you want to get in his head as well, and you want to have him take my baby away from me. Oh, so you can do what? Adopt him too? Y'all love adopting divine babies so you can siphon off of them. You will not be siphoning off of my children. And if y'all think it's a game and you want to go ahead and try and play, just know that the hand that y'all are going to be dealt from the Most High is going to be a very crappy ass hand. And I can hear y'all in the background. Oh, look, there she goes. She's popping off. No, I'm not popping off. I'm duality at its finest. I have my angelic light side. Love and light for the world. To those who deserve it. And on the flip side of me, I know how to use my dark side as a means to stand up for myself, not in a means to seek my own vengeance, because vengeance is the Most High's. Not for that. No, I have my dark side to stand up for myself and to protect myself from gremlins like all of y'all. Who want your pictures on the wall and want your family photo moments together and your memories together, but you don't want me to have any. No memories and don't want me to be remembered by my own children. Y'all are sick. And that's an understatement of a word, because sick is not even a word to describe y'all. Think you're so godly, ordained. You're not. None of y'all. Y'all are miscreants. How dare y'all try to put yourselves in a place of power, recognition, authority, and try to be royal when you're not. To NRN, I don't know what happened to you in your childhood. I don't know at what age you were when you learned that you could take people out through dark magic. I wish I could figure it out. I really do. And if any readers out there have any insight about that can give me clarity on that, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm very confused. You just sit up there in your throne and cross your leg over and put on a fake smile and turn on a fake heart. You don't have a heart. Clearly. Because if you did, you wouldn't act how you do, carry yourself the way you do. You have a lot of people fooled. You've never had me fooled. I've always seen through your reptilian skin. Always. But I tried to be a David to you when you were a Saul to me. Sat there at the foot of your bed and listened to you and your stories. Sat there and watched movies that were futuristic and pertained to how you wanted my life story to be carried out. Played you melodies of heavenly melodies on my violin. Serenaded you. Painted your nails and do your makeup sometimes, and would be your mule. Been siphoning off of me, like I said, my whole life. You knew I was born into royalty, so you just had to get a piece of that. Like I said, you just married into Napier. You're a Davis, remember? From Omaha, Nebraska. And because you feeling so minuscule, I guess, and seeking daddy out because you already knew what he came with. You just felt like, you would just weasel yourself into that royal name. And then you would just take over and take on the attributes of it. No. Like I said, a lot of y'all just married into royalty, into royal bloodlines. Not a drop of royal blood in your DNA. But you want to sit there on your thrones made of swords that you have put in everybody else's back. And you take those as like an award or a head on the wall. No, absolutely not. Your reign of terror is over, NRN. I'm not scared of you. You were my first bully. And you, up until current, to this very second, are still trying to be a bully. And then want to be in your feelings because things are being brought to the light and you're being exposed, finally. I've been waiting for these days for a long time. And I thank the Most High for allowing me to endure the suffrage, the torment, the abuse, the neglect, and the unlove and complete disrespect. Not by just NRN, but by all of y'all. Because how dare y'all? Y'all act like little, I can't even say you act like little kids because little kids have more sense than y'all do. Y'all wanna sit there and act like y'all are in junior high and high school. Playing follow the leader and playing telephone tag. Being followers, not leaders. Who does that? Oh, because she said this about her, then it has to be true. No, it's not true. She tried to rewrite my story. All of y'all try to rewrite my story. There's actual story writers in some of my bloodline that try to rewrite my story that knew about me, and I've never met them, like I said, a day in my life. Tucking and dodging. Biological family. That's so messed up to know, that I had a family out there that was biological that I never met, never knew, and never was given any real information about on top of that. And for y'all to be all slithery and blend in front of my face but behind my back and try to take me out for collateral. Y'all's hierarchy is going to be burning to the ground. It's time. It's past time. Like I said, I've been seeing all of y'all for years. And now that I have found my spiritual tribe, which, coming to find out, they were seeing y'all before I even jumped into the game of tarot. And as a divine collective, we can all see y'all. Y'all think y'all can still tuck, dodge, and hide. No. It's time to bring everything out to the light. I'm an open book. If somebody wants to know something about me, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell them. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And be accountable for it. But no, y'all don't want to take no accountability because that would just be too much like right. And on top of that, it'd be too much hard work. But y'all want to keep doing humiliation rituals on me for things that happened a long time ago when I was young. things that I had to learn the hard way because I didn't have a family at the end of the day. And those so-called friends, oh, they just led me down a road of toxicity and chaos as well. No, I'm not doing that anymore with none of y'all. I don't know what y'all think this is, but it's not. And I'm not the one or the two. I'm infinite. I'm an astral traveling being. Like I said, half of me is from here and the other half is not. And y'all know that, especially NRN and the hierophants of the family that dibble dabble into the dark powers to be. Y'all knew exactly who I was. That's why you stole me. You want to bring in corrupt family judges and lawyers and real estate and past unalivers and gang members and people that I have had collected along the way. So them a fake news story about me and have them collab up with you to try and come up against me. All y'all against one little old me, like I keep saying. Don't make no sense. So big, bad, and mighty, then how come none of y'all can come directly to my face? I'll wait. Y'all are weak. And you know you are. Because even if you thought you were strong to your own self, you knew it was going to take a whole army to come up against me. And you wonder why I don't want to have a memory of any of y'all. Because there are no memories. All the memories were bad, so I have erased them completely from my mind. So that I can continue on my path in love and light. Not taking on none of y'all's baggage. Not ever again. So while I'm going down memory lane, thinking about these things and releasing and letting go, thinking about memories that y'all took off the walls, out of my old bedroom, down from the basements, out of the storage units. I've lost everything because of y'all. Almost everything. Y'all are low down, dirty devils. And remedial. And childish, as I keep saying. Who takes their time, energy, and effort to wake up every daggum day and go after a being that gives light and love, support, encouragement, that leads with truth, insight. No, none of y'all wanted to listen to me. None of y'all. Been given warnings, especially this whole last year. No, didn't think none of this was going to prevail. Didn't think any of y'all's darkness was going to come to light. Y'all are exposed. It's game over. And I was never ever playing the game with you. I was barely allowed to play games growing up. And if I did, I would have to play the game by myself. So as I said, as far as memory's sake, hopefully if you didn't burn all the evidence up, all the pictures up, a lot of the pictures I have on my phones, but a lot of those paper ones, like the ones I had a picture of my grandma. I had a picture of my parents when they were younger. My baby pictures. It's like I keep saying, I have a handful of those, thank God. But as far as memory's sake, I don't know none of y'all. I don't want to know none of y'all. What I want is my two older babies back. To be able to reclaim some time that I've missed with them because of y'all. Putting people, places, and things purposefully around me. To be bad influences, to take me in a direction that was not ever meant for me to go down in the first place. Defiled the heck out of me. From the time I was getting molested by Rowan. You knew what was going on. A lot of y'all knew what was going on. Because that's part of the actual cult, right? The siphoning. Especially of royal adopted babies. And like I said, y'all think y'all gonna do that to my oldest two that are out there with y'all? And thought you were gonna get Booski number 3? No. Like I said, I am the chain breaker. Generational game changer. Y'all wanted to play games, so I'm gonna switch up the rules. And make them fair. NRN, you've been trying to run away from your karma for a long time. And it's pay up time. Not just for destroying my life and trying to destroy my children's life, for all the lives that you took out. And you know you did. Don't sit there and act like you're all innocent. You can go to church on Saturdays, but after you get out of church and through the rest of the week, you're on demon time. You think you have a ticket into heaven. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't get to pray against God's chosen ones and think that you're gonna manifest blessings. You've been getting warned by Archangel Michael for a long time. I remember that night that you said a tall angel came to the side of your bed. A white light. Remember that? Yeah, that was a warning. And Archangel Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, all the archangels, they've been warning you. He didn't want to take heed, thought that they weren't talking to you. Oh no, they couldn't be talking to you because you're of holiness, correct? No. Been warning you. Remember that accident you got into on I-25, almost by Hamden? And an angel came to you and you said their name was Michael. You think that's by coincidence? No, because the angels and the Most High have been watching how you've been treating me for my whole life. And now it's pay up time. Been stealing money from me and from my ancestors for quite a long time. And it's pay up time. And even if you did spend up the money, it doesn't even matter because you're gonna pay in one way or another. And I'm gonna be paid back. And so are my children. Because a lot of y'all use them for taxes and for getting benefits and this, that, and the other, correct? It's pay up time. Y'all have a lot of debt, not just physically and monetarily. Spiritually, you have broken all the laws over and over and over again. God just wanted to see how far y'all would take it. So now that everything has been brought to the light, it's time to snuff all of y'all out. All those candles y'all keep lighting up, I'm blowing them out. because enough is enough. Hmm? And y'all did what you did, and I saw what I saw, and I know what I know, and it is what it is. I give gratitude to the Most High, my spirit guides, my spirit, and my archangels, and my spirit team for the encouragement and the support that has brought me thus far. Because quite literally, you've unalived me a few times. God brought me right back. And I'm more powerful than ever right now. And to NRN, who I feel in my energy, you want to come travel my way. I wouldn't do that. Because as soon as you come around me, I will be calling the authorities. Actually, on top of that, some of the authorities already know. So I would think twice, maybe 3, 4 times before trying to pull up over here. And that goes for SV and for LL, and for CN. And y'all know your initials. Don't come up over here this way. Don't do it. Because that's the fastest way for y'all to get locked up even quicker. Don't come over here trying to instigate no fights. Trying to make me be explosive so y'all can have me locked up like you really want me to be. Don't do it. And if you do try to travel my way, you're not going to make it regardless. So I'm not even worried about that because the ancestors are not playing with none of y'all. Especially the ancestors y'all took out. Okay. So, erasure of memories past. As far as remembering any of y'all. For trying to see y'all to be decent people. No. Wolves in sheep's clothing. All of y'all. And for the ones that wanted to jump on the bandwagon that really didn't know, but kind of knew, but really didn't know all the facts, y'all can stay away from me too. I don't need any closure. I don't need any apologies. I'm just done with all of y'all. Period. So don't come my way. And speaking of memories, in loving memory of Lester Valentine Napier, of Sharice Victoria Napier, Serena Lover, Norman Harper,